What is up, you guys? It's your spiritual fairy godmother, and I am back. Okay, I am back with another read, you guys, and this is gonna be a good one because I've been downloading a lot. I've been taking a lot of time for myself, and who says that? Mama D Tarot. If it's you, then it's me. I don't even know what she said, but if it's you, then it's me. If it's up, then it's down. If it's all around, I don't know, but I feel like a lot of people, when they're doing their readings, they be like, oh, this is not for me, or da-da-da. And I used to be a person who said that too. But I'm starting to realize that as a healer, I go through things not only for myself, not only for my own evolution, but also for the evolution of my soul tribe and my soul family. There's nothing that I want to learn about myself that I don't want to share with others. There's no amount of information, there's no amount of money, there's no amount of anything that I feel I need to keep to myself. There's no amount of love, you know? So for me, I want to make sure that the things that I'm going through, I'm not going through in vain. And I'm able to share the word of God and share the information that I'm able to learn along my journey. So we're going to go ahead and tap in today. I've decided that I'm not really an element or a zodiac reader. I read for the divine feminine. I do not really read for the divine masculine. I have divine masculine energy within me, yin and yang, that's cool, but I read for the divine feminine. This is her complex, okay? That does not mean that if you are a masculine watching that this is not for you, your inner feminine or the feminines around you, okay? So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and tap in. We're gonna go ahead and get some real insightful messages. The decks that I'm using, this one is my Sacred Feminine, and then this one I believe is like Angels and Ancestors. I don't remember what the decks are called. All of my like little boxes and stuff are in storage. So yeah, we just gonna go ahead and tap in. When I was downloading before the reading, I heard Yemaya. And right now, as I picked up these cards, I'm noticing like they aren't in order. And the obsessive compulsiveness in me is like wanting to like fix it before I start the reading. But it's like, I feel like I feel rushed. Like I should just start. But at the same time, I'm like, no, like. Okay, so that brings me back to one of the downloads. I wrote a couple down. One of the downloads that I got was, if you see that there's a problem, what are you waiting for? Like, why, if you see a problem, why not fix it? It came because I had to go to the bathroom before this reading. And I'm like, I could just wait till I'm done. Like, I don't gotta go to the bathroom that bad. But I'm just like, I told Kamaya, like, if you had to pee, why not just tell me you had to pee? Like, I don't understand, like, what you was waiting for. Or, so it all kind of came around full circle. Something that I'm teaching my daughter is something that I have to be a leader in. I have to lead by example. You can't just preach something or tell somebody something and then, you're not moving like that. So I'm going to actually, before we even get into the cards, I'm going to tell y'all my downloads because I may forget 333. But let me tell y'all. So I think one was like forgiveness. I did like a little chit chat on this, but I haven't posted it or uploaded it. So maybe when I do, I'll leave the link to that video in this one. I don't know, y'all. But saving for later is the spirit of lack or the mentality of lack. Because I noticed one thing about me, I always I want to save a piece of this money, or I want to save a piece of this food, or I save the best bite till last. And it's like, then I'm full, then I don't even enjoy it. Like, why not? I don't know. Yeah. Are we ever really clean? I got that from washing my hands. It's kind of like, well, what am I drying my hands on? Or like, I'm literally walking out the bathroom touching this, or, I don't know. Also, forgiveness is forgiveness for real. Like, yeah. And then the last thing, again, what you waiting for? So we're going to go ahead and tap in and see what messages we have. I heard, God, please give me the answers. I didn't hear it. I said it. But what came out my mouth was I heard it. So this is like being able to distinguish or hear even God's voice, to be able to have that connection with the Most High, to be able to connect to God, to be able to have your time with God. So this is like making time for the Most High. So maybe meditating more, getting into whatever your spiritual practice is. So if you are a tarot reader, it's not just about listening to what somebody else has to say, but it's also about, well, what are your cards saying? Or, you know, what downloads have you come up with? What have you thought about? And I also just like looked at my shirt, and it's very wrinkled, right? I never iron my clothes, and I had saw somebody the other day, and when I went outside, I'm like, dang, like my shirt is like hella wrinkled, and he looked all nice and stuff. So it was just like, okay. So that just popped into my head. So I don't know why, but it's given like that's life. Like nothing is always straight. Nothing is always perfect or pristine or pressed. Or I'm hearing press. Cardi don't need more press. And I put this ring on just now before I started the reading, and I was noticing my hand was feeling constricted. I've been having like, I don't know, little spasms or like little pains in my hand, and I realized having this ring on was like hurting it or constricting it, and the pain was already there, but having something else on it just felt, yeah, it feels different. It's like I still want to wear it, and it doesn't mean that it's not for me to wear, you know. It's not that the shoe don't fit. Figure it out. I don't know. I think that was Can Be the Light or something like that. Y'all, I watch a lot of YouTube. Like, I don't really watch TV. YouTube is like my thing. But yeah, let's go ahead and tap in. Let's go ahead and tap in. What messages do you have for the Divine Feminine? I heard like switch codes or like light codes, or like knowing when to switch it on and off. It's like something that I was like having a realization about today was that I'm a very virtuous woman. I'm a very complex woman. That's why I am her complex. But it's just like my mind is very complex. Like I'm not just a one pony show. Like I do tarot readings, I make waist beads, I can make jewelry, I can paint, I'm very creative, I'm very loving, but I'm also very passionate and sensual and sexual and very anointed and very blessed and very knowledgeable, but I'm also kind of ditzy and naive to a lot of things. Like I'm just everything. And I think a part of me kind of fought that for so long. Like I felt like I had to put myself in a box, and I feel like in this season maybe the Divine Feminines are kind of opening up that box, or opening up the boxes that maybe they've stored away. So this is like reading old journals, or maybe you're moving and you're like looking at old boxes, or you're finding things. I'm hearing like a storage unit. Oh, did I say something about a storage unit earlier? I don't know. But I'm hearing storage unit. I'm hearing storage unit. Like I'm seeing it in my mind. This is kind of like somebody coming out of darkness. Like somebody, it's like you put yourself on a shelf, and now it's kind of like, or maybe you put a hobby on a shelf, or your business or relationship. This is like putting something on hold and now like getting back to it. Okay, you getting back to it. Look at me, I'm getting back to YouTube. So like I said, if it's you, then it's me. The Black Madonna, Our Lady of the Hermit. So when I think about hermits, I think about like Virgo energy, or like just being in hermit mode, or the crab, or going in your shell, not really wanting to talk, not really wanting to be around a lot of people. Again, in a storage, like you kind of was put up. So this is also some of y'all wanting to be put up, like wanting to, you know, like wanting to get married, or wanting to be in a relationship, or seeking love, or commitment, or even like financial stability, wanting to have money put up, wanting to have something saved for a rainy day. Maybe you've been experiencing a lot of rainy days, and you're realizing, hey, I kind of want to be more prepared. I don't want this to happen again. Or this is like learning the lesson in disguised. Like, whatever was disguised is now coming to the light. There are things that are now being illuminated for you. Maybe questions that you've been having for God or for yourself or for your spouse, your friends, your boss or something like that. You've been confused wanting to ask your professor or wanting to go to school. This is like gaining knowledge or deciding to seek knowledge. I transform pain and suffering into a greater capacity of love. Didn't I say that? Like, everything that we go through is not in vain. Like, we're not just... I feel like a lot of times we're very selfish as human beings. The way we think, the way we move, what we do. Like, I feel like a lot of times it's for self. And it's like, even the stuff we go through in life isn't just for us. Like, I think about some of the stuff that I'm going through right now, and I think about it a lot. I'll be like, dang, I'm probably traumatizing Kamaya Sky. Like, I'm probably hurting her, or, you know, like, she's had a rough childhood. She's lost a brother. She's lost a sister that she doesn't even know about. She's lost a stepdad. She's gone through stuff, and it's like, wow, she's so young, and she's so impressionable, and she looks up to me, and she gets a lot of her knowledge from me, and not just what I'm speaking to her. Also, what she's seeing from me and how I'm reacting or how I handle things, how pregnancies have gone for me, so many different things. And it just forces, I don't want to say it forces, because then I thought about birth in the canal, and it's like, birth doesn't have to be forceful, but I feel like what we see on the movies, and even like how we birth our children in hospitals, it's unnatural. So when I was birthing my babies, my first baby, I got the epidural, Kamaya, and I've been in pain ever since. And then with my other two babies, I refused the epidural, and I refused to birth my babies how they wanted me to. They wanted me to be on my back, and I did what was comfortable for me. With Zion, I think I was on my back for most of it because he was already kind of partially out. But when I was pushing, I don't really remember what I did, but I remember it was unorthodox. And then with Rhythm, I know for sure, I didn't let them give me Pitocin. I didn't let them give me epidural. I didn't let them do anything to modify what my birth was like. I worked out. I started walking to bring her down because I had been in labor so long. And then after that, I got on all fours and I pushed. So yeah, this is like transforming things that you have gone through and transforming them into lessons and being able to execute now what you have learned. This is not just thinking about it or thinking about it in your head and feeling as if you've learned. This is now being put to the test. So yeah, you thought you was healed when you was alone, but now that you're in a relationship or you're dating multiple people, or you put in this different high stake situation, it's like, can you really be as calm, or are you really as changed? Are you able to communicate? Are you able to set boundaries? Are you able to do all the things that you were able to do in your own healing with other people? Heavy is the head that wears the crown. This is motherhood. This is queening. This is raising a prince. Some of you guys could be pregnant, having a little boy. If you already have sons, they are kings. This is not even calling them a prince. This is like speaking that king into that. I heard kingship or kinship. So this is teaching them to want to be family men. A lot of men think that leading is controlling, and there are two very different things. So, but they're also kind of one and the same. So it feels like being able to lead in a way that's not controlling, and maybe that is the feminine essence of leading. That is queening. You don't have to be forceful. You don't have to yell and scream, or however you've handled trauma in the past, whether it has been sleeping all day, not cleaning up your house, working too much, not spending time at home with the kids, eating out every single day, no longer cooking home cooked meals, eating too much, smoking too much, drinking too much, working out a little too much. Yes, you can work out too much. I don't know. You could be doing something else. I don't know. you know, but this just feels like people really be going through stuff, and it's not always about relationships. You know, sometimes it's about your family dynamic, sometimes it's about your finances, sometimes it's about childhood, sometimes it's about triggers. You know, we all lead different lives, and I feel like a lot of times we so selfish and in our head about what we have been through, and it doesn't invalidate our trauma or what we've been through. But at the same time, I hate to say it, but I feel like people are going through so much worse. And I think in this season, it's time for the divine feminines to be compassionate, because maybe we've just come out of going through our worst, right? So now that you're at your best, I feel like you have to give to the community. This is giving back. This is giving back love, though, or giving back time. This is spending time aiding the people that you love. If they're not where you are, this isn't about leaving them or disrespecting them or hurting them or tarnishing who they are or how they aren't as healed as you. It's about just calmly leading by example. Yeah. Rita of Casilla. I'm getting the Casita. What was that? Encanto. This, I'm hearing a song from the oldest sister who was like picking up all the goats or whatever, or donkeys. The patroness of impossible causes. So this is maybe trying to go vegan, or like maybe you're like just starting out, so you're cutting out chicken or cutting out beef or cutting out red meat, cutting out dairy, little things like this. This is like making your way, or the beginning stages. So eating impossible meat maybe. I am miraculous. My prayers create powerful channels of possibility. So this is actually maybe just believing it in your prayers. It's like having that belief, having that faith, that blind faith, where it's like, I don't care what's happening around me. I don't. You know, I don't care what my circumstances look like. God is going to pay that bill. God is going to bring that person into my life. God is going to connect me with this right person. God is going to help me be a better parent, or help me be a better friend, help me be a better sister, cousin, auntie, brother. You know, like, I feel like whatever it is that you're desiring, you have to also put the faith behind it, and the work. Because I feel like there's already enough worry behind it. There's already enough negative energy. Like, you have to be a power source, and you have to decide what your power source is going to be, whether it's going to be negativity or positivity. Like, I was sometime this week, or maybe last week, something happened. I either missed the bus, or I was super late to work. And I'm like, dang, I did everything right, and I'm frustrated like that this didn't work out. I paid somebody money. Something happened where I was like, why can't I just say that I'm frustrated? I kept saying it, like, I'm frustrated, like, I'm irritated, I'm upset. I kept saying that, and then in my mind I was like going back and forth, back and forth. I'm like, but I shouldn't say that. But I'm like, why not? Like, why not give word or give voice to the feelings that I'm feeling? Why not validate them? And in the moment, I felt right. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to validate my feelings, because I am frustrated. And I'm going to allow myself to get unfrustrated. I'm not going to smoke. I'm going to calm myself down, which I did. But then today I saw something on Instagram from a spiritual queen that I follow, and she was basically like, words are very powerful, and when you speak I'm broke or I'm frustrated into yourself, and she literally used the word frustrated, and I used the word frustrated. So I know that, like, I was meant to see that in that moment, you know. And I get so caught up on, they using our phones and and this ad popping up because of this, but it's like, God wouldn't allow anything that's not in my greatest good. You know, sometimes I allow things that are not in my greatest good, but when I'm just obedient and I'm just vibrating where God wants me to or needs me to be at that moment, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. So when I saw it, it kind of triggered me in a way where it was like, I needed to learn that lesson. It wasn't that I was wrong for getting frustrated, because I gave light to that But now that it's a different day and I'm in a different space, I don't have to necessarily still believe that. I'm allowed to change my mind. I'm allowed to say, hey, even though I was frustrated in that moment and I did allow myself to be frustrated, going forward, maybe I don't want my frustration to look like that. So I had to give it a purpose. I had to give that situation a purpose and allow myself to flow with what had just transpired, which was, hey, I changed even in a day or even in a week or even however long, like change is constantly happening. That's the only constant, change. So it's like if you truly choose to actively be aware of yourself and to change and to make the changes that are necessary for you to live the life you want to live and be vibrating at the same frequency as the things that you desire, you have to not only do the work, you have to hear God's voice enough to what is the word Jonathan used to use? To be convicted. You have to want it. Like, you have to have such a deep desire for change in your life that there's nothing that's going to stop you from changing. And when you want it and when you desire it so much, it's like, it's going to happen. So this is like changing your desire. So for me, I feel like I used to really, really just desire a relationship. And then I've spent this year just by myself. I've been dating, but I spent the year kind of just by myself and realizing that, like, it's not just a relationship, but it's the love. It's the partnership. It's the commitment. It's the agree to be who we are and love each other undoubtedly. It's the intimacy. It's everything. And I didn't know that. At first, I was just desiring a relationship. And then I was getting them. Relationship don't have to be always, oh my God, we boyfriend and girlfriend. Relationship can be, I got a relationship with this person or this person, whatever. But it's like I was getting these relationships, but it wasn't feeling right. It didn't feel good. And then it was like, that's because that's not what a relationship is, not really meant to feel good. So it's like I would move from person to person, like, well, this don't feel good, and as soon as it don't feel good, I'm out. Right? I thought it was impossible to just like find the perfect person. So I'm just like, whatever. No, I never thought it was impossible. I thought that it was like this perfect person out there who was just gonna check off every single box. And I'm not saying that there isn't, but even that perfect person is going to come with healing, learning, growing. And when you desire something so deeply, you have to be willing to do what you have to do to get it. And to see the beauty in it. Like, I like having my window open. I love fresh air. So flies come in. But it's like, what's the beauty in it? It's like there's always a balance. So in realizing my desire for a relationship wasn't going to get me what I truly desired, I started to desire God. I just switched up my desire. Because remember, God was still giving me relationships. I'm still dating. I'm still meeting new friends. I'm still making new connections, having relationships. But because all I desired was a relationship, That's all I was getting. So I had to go to God and I had to ask, like, what is it? Like, what's not clicking? What am I not? And it was me. It was that I was not willing to change. I was not willing to see myself. I was not willing to see beyond my desire. I just saw the relationship as the end goal, and that was it. But in evolving into the Empress, the motherhood is a whole journey. Starts from being a child. Some people don't even want to be a mother. They don't have that desire. So this desire to queen and to create children and raise princes who will then start families, to raise empresses who will birth families. To desire that is massive, and that is what I didn't see. All the wanting to get pregnant, it was like I was just blocking it out because I wanted love so much. I wanted unconditional love. When creation is the ultimate unconditional love, being a mother, being an empress, being a woman. This is her complex. Being a woman is the ultimate show of love, show of eternal love, unconditional love, to be able to go through 9 months of pregnancy, to be able to, sometimes women lose their lives giving birth to their child. And if you ask a woman, what do they always say? Save the baby. Forget me, save the baby. A mother can move mountains for her child. A mother will forgive no matter what that kid do. We can't say all mothers, of course, but come on. I bet the mother you desire is like a superwoman. Every kid desires this perfect mom. We hold our moms up to this high standard. Why, y'all? Why? Because from the beginning of life, we are hearing a heartbeat of a source that we cannot see. When our cells are just generating and forming, and when we receiving food but not from our mouth, when we hearing voices, when we hearing internal prayers, that's all from a mother. Hourglass by Jazz did some kind of reading, and I don't know what she mentioned. She mentioned something about like when the baby first come out, they on the titty. Was that her? I don't know who it was. Everything's kind of just getting jumbled up right now because I'm channeling, but she popped in my head, so I felt the need to mention her. But yeah, I just felt like the powerful channels of possibility, like pregnancy, giving birth to your ideas, to your desires, to your true desires. You know, it's like, don't be so caught up in the distractions. I love love because what love creates babies. Okay? Love creates life. And I've always desired that and felt bad about it. Oh, I don't want to work like everybody else working. Oh, everybody else chasing a job and I'm chasing a man. It's not that I'm chasing a man. I'm chasing love. Unconditional love. And that's a powerful channel in itself. Look at all the power couples. When you put two powerful people together, that's a powerful channel. That's a channel right up to God to make things happen for real. I'm hearing like 2 is better than 1. 2 is better than 1. Okay, so you got Mary of Nazareth, the mother of God. I am blessed. My courage gives birth to the divine. where we're not just talking about giving birth, okay? My courage gives birth to the divine. The courage to be a mother, the courage to go through what it's like. Oh my God, I'm going to have to give labor. People get so scared. People get so nervous, right? My god sister is pregnant right now. You know, and it's kind of like, I can't believe I'm going to have to, you know? But it's about wearing your heart on your sleeve and being willing. I'm hearing some of y'all kind of feel like y'all have to mother your partner or mother, even if it's like your kids. Like, I don't know if you feel like you need a break from mommying, right? But this is like being willing to take on a job and being willing to still just be tired and realize that sometimes head is heavy that wears the crown. Sometimes, like, your job is just your job, boo. Like, you a woman. Think about it. We women, we like this, like, we give birth to babies. We give birth to the niggas that treat us crazy. Like, ain't that crazy? Right? But it's like, my mind went blank. I don't know. She's just so angelic. But it's just like, we get periods like painful, inconvenient, sometimes stressful, right? But it's the beauty of it. Like, I keep seeing a fly. It's the beauty of having my window open. It's what comes with it. It's what comes with the territory. And sometimes, like, women, you just leave from the back. You want to be the protector? Okay, I'll let you do that. Because you bigger and you stronger. But I'm the prize. I'm the thing that needs protecting, baby. Like, what? What you mean? What you mean? And, you know, like, it's kind of like I'm back and forth because I have kind of this narrative that women lead from the back. Like, we say men are the leaders, but really, like, the women be calling the shots for real. Like, but society has, like, the man being at the top, the man being at the head, the man being the lead. And it's like, how can I sit here and be like, well, a man is supposed to protect and provide, but I don't believe he's supposed to be at the head. But it's like, I do believe he's supposed to be at the head. I do believe he's supposed to be the one making the decisions and, you know, leading the family. But I feel like he also has to be strong in a way where enough to do all of that, to where he needs his woman, he needs his connection to God, which is source, which is in my belly, which is my womb, which is me, baby. Period. He who finds a wife finds a good thing. Period. Okay? I'm probably going to say this wrong. Hu Wangjing, the mystic of peace. I am peace. When my mind is clear, the way is clear. Oh my God, everything is coming together. I said that earlier, like, it's about finding that time with God. It's about clearing your mind and meditating and hearing God's voice and being able to distinguish your desires from your wants, from your needs, your priorities. Like, being able to really put things in perspective and maybe put things on paper and get so maybe out of your head. So if you are an overthinker, write some stuff down. You know, like, start coming to God. Maybe start recording your readings. Maybe start doing readings for yourself if you do readings. You know, I also feel like this is about, like, handling your frustrations or your difficulties or, like, the roadblocks that come in life, handling them differently, because they're never going to stop coming. I just feel like they're never going to stop coming. I was just talking to my friend at work about this. Like, they're never going to stop coming. When my mind is clear, the way is clear. You know, so I feel like I've been in a state of questioning God, like, well, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? But then every time I question it, be like, I already know my decision. Like, I've already made up my mind. And it'd be like, I'll be trying to fight God, like, no, I'm scared. I don't want it. This is hard. But it's like, so is this. So is that. So is this. Everything is hard. And if it's easy, why you want it? Sometimes because it's quick and it's convenient, cool. But think about like how many man-made things or technological things have wiped out people's jobs. Think about how many things as human beings we don't even know how to do anymore. We don't even write in cursive. We don't know, like, we don't really have that connection with our food because of utensils. Like, we don't really build stuff anymore. Like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like even the way kids do math, everything is just easy and convenient. Like, nobody walks anymore. Like, you know, they used to say like the humans used to live to be like 106. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, and we've cut our lifespans down by like at least 60 years. At least. Just by the way that we eat, just by how lazy we are. Like, we used to hunt and gather. Now we go to the grocery store. Now we Instacart, actually. We just Instacart. Pretty much. So it's like, I feel like in this season, like, God really showed me like that I can do without a lot of stuff, y'all. I went without my water, getting evicted. I had my lights cut out. I thought my body was failing me. My mind was pretty much gone. I was in a bed every day. I was sleeping. This past year has just transformed me completely. And I've had to go without a lot, but I've gained so much wisdom and knowledge, and I've learned how to make a way. I've learned how to make something out of nothing. I've learned how to make an outfit out of only having 4 outfits. I've learned how to manage my money a little bit better. I've learned how to maybe decorate really, really small spaces, or whatever the case may be. It's like I've learned from my experience. So in this season, I feel like the message pretty much is, what have you learned? Like, that's the question. What have you learned? So instead of always like telling y'all, maybe in my readings I'm gonna start like posing a question at the end, like, what have you learned? That's gonna be today's question. What have you learned? What have you been through in the past year? You know, my birthday coming up too. So if it's like, especially it's a good time to do it when it's about to be your birthday, or either a new year, a new season, maybe even sometimes like do it every month, every new month. It's crazy because this card came out, so I'm gonna read it again. Rita of Cassia, the patroness of impossible causes. I am miraculous. My prayers create powerful channels of possibilities. Speaking I am affirmations into yourself. I am beautiful. I am loved. I am smart. I am courageous. I am fruitful. I am loving. I am kind. I am beautiful. I am successful. I am everything. Literally. Period. I am her complex. Like, you know, I want my business stamp. Like, speak the things that you want into existence. Like, you have to be your biggest cheerleader. You have to be your best friend. You have to be an agent of your own change. You can't just wait for other people around you to change, because only when you're vibrating at that frequency, oh my God, it's crazy, y'all. This dude, when I first went on my twin flame journey, when I first got introduced to tarot, this dude used to tell me stuff about me, like weird stuff, like, and he got 1111 tatted on him. He used to tell me weird stuff, like, when you're not around me, like, I can smell you. Like, when you go to the bathroom, I know when you go to the bathroom. I know when you getting dressed in the morning. I know when you spray your perfume. Like, I can smell you even when you're not around me. And when I tell y'all that just happened to me, and it like completely caught me off guard. But yeah. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for this reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Share it on all your social medias. And I am